Well, as an idyllic folk artist, Alice Mosley didn't conform to the formal rules of art, or reality either for that matter. So she would really have appreciated this next young man, T.J. Legler, who also ignores the rules of reality and uses modern technology and media and paints with light.
Truly, I started dabbling in it about 2.5 years ago in the true sense of photography, other than just pointing, clicking, and shooting. That's when I really started learning the true schematics of using manual and long exposure and just getting into the more fine details of making the image your own versus, say, pointing, having the camera do everything for you, making it to where you manipulate it in your own way and you own the image. A lot of people, when they see my long exposures and light paintings, they think it's a form of Photoshop, that somehow I've superimposed this background onto this image in order to create this effect. Truth be told, this is a form of long exposure in what's called light painting photography. I like to shoot in a lot of abandoned places. I also like to shoot in a lot of country places too. Places that have as little light pollution as possible are prime because in this art form, I mean, darkness is your canvas. The more darkness that you have, the better a canvas that you are working with. And light is literally your paint. You know, you wouldn't start an actual painting with a canvas that was, say, a bit torn, already had some paint blobs on it. So darkness is the most important thing that you're searching for when doing light painting photography. We're gonna experiment. First time I've ever mixed fiber optic with a lightsaber. Should be fun, right? Go to 5.6 next time. As you can see here, this is the image sent directly from the camera. We did need to make a few adjustments, but in the end, it turned out really cool. You can see we got the spiral down with the lightsaber. You can see the outside of the orb, and then we have the interior there with fiber optic. The one thing is we had a little bit of light interference with daylight being outside and right there and there. But otherwise, this is gonna be a purely dark place. It would have worked fine, no problems whatsoever. I'm actually part of an international group called the Light Painting World Alliance. You speak online, this is how I found out about this originally, because I remember I was on a trip about 3 years ago, and one thing I would always do as a photographer was look and see what people were taking pictures of. And I saw these glowing orange spheres that had all of these sort of hairs coming off in all directions. I was like, how did they do that? And I looked it up, and they're actually lighting steel wool on fire and spinning it around, which for most people who consider themselves light painters is the entry point, spinning steel wool around. But from there, you know, I used keywords online, going through Google, and then further into YouTube, just researching these things until I understood the concept. You know, I can't just find somebody on the street here in Jackson and be like, hey, tell me about your light paintings lately. You know, it's a very difficult thing to do because not a lot of people really understand this art form. Right now we're just scouting the location. I can see a live feed of what the drone is filming right now on my phone. We're just gonna go over where we're gonna be shooting later. It's just underneath the Natchez Trace. It's a little bridge tunnel that leads to part of a hiking trail. All right, let's take a walk through the woods, shall we? Today, you'll notice I brought my girlfriend Sarah with me. She joins me in a lot of my adventures. We're going along this part of the Natchez Trace, and we're gonna see what we can get into, go to this graffiti tunnel. So here, we're just gonna kill some time, Wait for the horizon to kind of go down a little bit and all the colors come out, and then once it's done, we'll know it's time to start light painting. That's when the real fun will begin. But a lot of it's just patience and waiting. That's pretty neat. Most important thing with light painting is preparation, so it involves a lot of scouting. What we're gonna do now, since there's still a little bit of daylight left, we're gonna head to the site, we're gonna position where the tripod's gonna be later. We're gonna get set up where I wanna be in the shots, since I'm gonna be doing the light painting itself. Decide which lens we want. Do we want one that's a bit closer up, a bit more portrait mode? Do we want something that's a bit further out, more landscape? So it's all in the preparation, and the devil's in the details. Well, this is my studio. Top place in the Jackson metro area. I've got to say, we've got the finest interior design. What more could you want? So if those last little golden rays are disappearing now, and the clouds are gonna turn blue. I'm ready. Wow, that's a keeper. Got some finger lights. These are just a bulk kind of child's play item, but you can see they're pretty bright, which is important for light painting. This is very free form. Whenever I'm out in the field, I like to go buck wild and crazy as all get out, and yeah. I don't know what on earth this is. We're gonna find out. This is titanium. It's like magic. I mean, that's one thing that I know all artists strive to have, is that magic, that feeling that gets you just so satisfied. And this does it for me. The ultimate thing is to have fun with this. And if you're not having fun with it, then why do it?
Thanks for joining us. If you like what you see, subscribe to Mississippi Public Broadcasting. Till next time, I'll be seeing you on Mississippi Roads.
Down Mississippi.